I didn't know we'd be here, Kate asked them. It's all thanks to your friend over there, the green robe maid says as he pointed towards Rose. Some beggar overheard her telling a nurse in the hospital that she'd be bringing a skilled healer to tend to the sick. He told us the tip for a reasonable sum, and we arranged the emptying of the streets together with the local guards in case the healer in question was indeed the one we were looking for. Now then, Zach, you should just stand aside while I deal with these weaklings. I alone should be enough, more than enough, to finish them off. No, you're not, Darren says. We already know that your gods specialize in illusion. Illusions are useless against enemies who already expected them. Are you sure about that, healer? The green robe maid says. And all of a sudden, hundreds of clones of both him and his ally fills the entire marketplace area around us. You haven't moved from your original position, genius, the Darren says as he dashes towards him. I know which one is the real you. As Darren reaches the two original mages, slashes the sword and cuts through them both in one strike. Instead of dying, however, the two mages simply fade away into the air. What is the meaning of this? Kate asks. If those two were in fact illusions, then does that mean the real mages were hiding invisibly when they cast the illusion spell? Araka says. Iraka, I say, why didn't you tell us that the mages were invisible? Because they weren't, Araka says. If anyone were to hide anywhere invisibly, I would have sensed them. Then how do you explain the fact that the ones we were seeing were in fact illusions? I asked. How am I supposed to know that, jackass? Araka says. Figure it out yourself. Can you at least figure out which one of them which one of these are the originals? I asked. No, Araka says, I never bothered to learn how to tell the difference between clones and originals, because whenever someone would cast a spell like this against me, I would simply use a spell of my own to describe them all at the same time, and that would be the end of that. Does anyone here have any idea why none of the clones have attacked us? Yes, Hadrix asks us, just standing there smirking like a bunch of morons. Do you think they're waiting for something? Ask Kate if she can freeze the whole area around us to take care of the clones. Try to consider finding the originals, originals, and ignore the clones for now. No, if Araka says that clones need to be taken out, then take out the clones. I'm gonna go with asking Kate to freeze the area. Well, premonition check failed. Kate, I say, could you freeze the whole area around us in order to take care of all the clones at the same time? Yes, Kate says, I was just about to do that. She then sends a powerful wave of freezing magic all around us, which hits all of the clones at once. Immediately after the illusions disappear, Kate's freezing wave reverses its direction and hits us all before we get the time to react. As the others each shake off the ice spell in their own way, I can feel myself slowly freezing to death, while my heartbeat gets slower and slower by the second. Kate, unfreeze him quick, Darren says. I can't, Kate says, I don't know how. Darren rushes towards me, tries to cast a healing spell of some sort on me, but it's too late for that. I can already feel my consciousness slipping away as my vision starts to blur little by little. I died shortly afterwards without even finding out what it was that sent Kate's spell back against us. Oh, it must be the fucking, what is it called? It must be the artifact they have on them. I think they mentioned an artifact at some point. Let's reload. I genuinely didn't expect that to be a fucking death check in the middle of this. Try to consider finding the originals and ignore the clones for now. I'll try to freeze the whole area around us so that I can take care of all the clones at the same time, Kate says. No, wait, I say. I think we should consider finding the originals first. You think that destroying the clones might trigger a trap, Kate says? I don't know, but I say. But the fact that the clones are not moving at all makes me think that they're at the very least waiting for something. As long as they're not actually doing anything, we should try to take advantage of the situation and try to figure out the trick before we engage them openly. Wait a minute, Araka says. I think I got it. Did you find out which ones are the originals? Kate says. No, but I found out that what kind of illusion spell they're using. Araka says. This is actually one of Memphir's favorite. No wonder they started teaching it to his followers. Memphir, Hadrix says. Is that the name of the god of fate? Yes, that's him. Araka says. The spell is designed in such a way that when all the illusions get destroyed, the attacker gets hit back with all of the spells that they cast to slay the clones. I always used to fall for that stupid trick. How can you tell that it's the exact same spell, I ask? If you pay close attention, you can see that all the clones have a easily recognizable signature in the magical aura, Araka says. The flow of their aura has a sort of slithering motion to it, kind of like a snake moving in the grass. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Yeah, I think I get it. I say, hey, I think I can see it too, Hadrix says. This is great. Now we just need to see which one of them don't carry this signature. We'll know who the originals are. Haruka says. Good luck with that. Why are you saying this? Kate says. It was already checked, Araka says, twice. None of them are originals. Are you saying that the real mages were never actually here and they just cast this illusion spell from afar? Darren says, no. Araka says, I've been monitoring the whole area around us ever since I noticed that the streets were empty. I guarantee that the only mages who were close enough to cast this illusion spell on us were the two that ambushed us. But that makes no sense, I say. If those two were the real mages, then what happened to them? Did they just turn into illusion as well when they cast the spell? Suddenly an idea comes to me. Wait, I say, I think I may be onto something, but I need some confirmation before I'm sure. Iluna, check my thinking. Could this all be an illusion? Not just the clones before us, but the whole world around us too. Like that time with the shaman. No, that's impossible, Luna says. If a mind-affecting spell of that caliber had been cast on us, then there should have been a visual effect of some sort for all of us to see in some ways that the underground caverns were filled with smoke when the shaman cast his spell. There was no such... Luna pauses for a second as a realization dawns upon her. The green light, she says, of course, I should have realized this immediately. This also explains why their so-called trap affected Rose. It's because the reverse of what actually happened. Their mind-affecting spell could not target Rose, and so it appeared to us as if she'd been rendered unconscious. Probably the same for Flower as well. Great, Redden says. So we are back to square one then. We need to find the real mages so we can kill them, get out of this illusion. No, we don't, Iluna says. We only need to do that with the shaman because he trapped himself in the illusion with us in order to prevent us from escaping. Remember? Since the mages are not actually here with us, it means that this illusion's main purpose was not to kill us, but to buy time so they could kill us in the real world while we were defenseless. This leads me to believe that time is flowing at the same speed here as the real world, which is different from what we experienced in the shaman's ritual. Oh gods, Kate says. If that's true, then it means that Flower has been fighting the two mages by herself in the real world all this time. Most likely, Iluna says, and we need to get out of here quick. Everyone close your eyes and start visualizing the moments before the mages cast the illusion on us. You need to do this with the conviction that the image in our head represents the real world, that you want to return to it. If we all do it at once, we'll break the illusion's effect over us. We all close our eyes and start doing as Iluna said, and I get a clear image of the city street in my mind. The image starts to become clearer and clearer until I feel myself getting pulled into it. Suddenly I realize that my imagination had become reality without me even noticing it. As I open my eyes, I see myself standing in the middle of the street, but everything looks a little different than how I remembered it. There are craters all around us. The walls from the houses on the side of the street have all been charred. There's a huge skeleton dragon standing right in front of us, Rosen on her knees, crying, and Flower looks like she is barely able to stand on her feet. She was staring at the dragon defiantly. She's bruised all over. Her clothes are a complete mess. There is a very intimidating aura surrounding her, feeling as if it were made from fire hotter than that of her elemental magic. When Flower senses that we have finally awoken from the illusion spell, she turns to us and she gives a tired smile. We broke the spell, the girl says. I knew you could do it. I knew it. As she utters the last word, Flower's eyes slowly close and she drops to the ground unconscious. Darren is now hurrying over to her side in order to shield her from the dragon in case it decides to strike her while she's down. She is so reckless, Rose says as she's holding back her tears. She never stopped fighting even after she had clearly exceeded her limits. She was desperately trying to protect you even at the cost of her own life. It's alright, Luna says as she takes control of the girl's body, but she doesn't get up from the ground. The girl's only fainted due to exhaustion. She's not going to die. Do you see what you have done now, fools? Zack, the necromancer, tells his ally. If your useless god spells has worked properly like you said it would, you won't be in this mess. Don't you dare pin this on me, the mage in the green robe says while he's sweating all over, looking as if he's about to faint from exhaustion as well. My spell was never designed to work against fusion souls. It just targets the soul that was controlling the body at the time. Left the other one alone. There was no way I could have prevented it from happening. You're the only one to blame for this, you slimy, stinky bastard. You had just used that still water summoning spell of yours when I told you they would have all died within seconds. Be quiet, heathen, Zack says. I can only cast the spell once a day. It would be an insult to the great god of death, Ulkruk, if I were to waste his one daily use so early in the morning on the likes of them. Are you kidding me? The green-robed mage says. Do you have any idea how much magical energy I need to spend in order to keep them in that illusion for so long? I had to cancel all my protection for 2 hours ago so that I could be able to cast that damn spell. I don't even have my magic shield on right now. As the green-robed mage stops talking, an ice cone passes straight through his head. Soon afterwards, he falls on the ground lifeless. Thanks for letting me know, Kate says. You wench, Zack says, furious. Do you have no honor? It's his own damn fault for not paying attention during a fight, Kate says. And don't you talk to me about honor. You would have done the same thing to us if Lava hadn't been protecting us while we were defenseless. Don't you lecture me, wench, Kid. Zack says, there's no need for honor when killing irredeemable heathens such as yourself. How do you know that we're irredeemable? Wasn't your friend a heathen too, though? How do you become a follower Ulrich? Do they hold interviews for that? No, they're just gonna get mad. I think I'm gonna go with this one. Wasn't your friend a heathen too, though?